Welcome back to another Spotlight Saturday where I shine the light on series I really loved or really didn't. The mini theme I'm doing right now is Omnibus August. And last week I gushed about After the Rain, a complete series that I highly recommend. And this week I am highlighting another first volume that I finally got around to reading and really loved, and that is The Climber. This one also features some simply stunning art, especially the shots of the characters' dynamic climbing and the ones near the end of the omnibus that really highlighted the nature and scenic views from the climbs. I could really feel our main character's desire to keep climbing rush off the pages at me. It was palpable. And the beauty of the illustrations made me root for him to keep climbing higher. To give you a better idea of what this one is about, I'll give you a quick synopsis. Transfer student Buntaro Mori starts his first day at his new school already on the administration's radar. He's withdrawn, sullen, and the teachers are just waiting for him to explode. When his annoying classmate Miyamoto promises to leave him alone forever if he climbs to the top of the school, Mori eagerly accepts the challenge and shocks everyone when he makes it all the way to the roof. Flushed with the victory of his first successful climb, Mori can't resist the lure of the local peak, despite warnings from more experienced climbers about the risk of climbing alone. But Mori doesn't care. A little danger is nothing in the face of his new obsession. And now you can see why my attire is suddenly dark and black and brooding to match our protagonist's, vibe. And yeah, this first omnibus really captures the struggle of a young boy trying to find his place in the world and feeling like he's better off alone because of his past. He finds peace in climbing and seems to advance leaps and bounds each time he climbs. A born natural, it seems. But this volume's also tinged with sadness because he can push himself past limits most wouldn't without more experience, because he just wants to escape. He wants to feel the rush of freedom he gets from climbing without any concern of his physical safety and the very real risk of death. His desire to climb blocks out everything else. And although in the second half of the omnibus, we do see him start to open up a bit more with Miyamoto, his fellow classmate, who also turns out to be an avid lover of climbing himself, and a teacher who is trying to guide Mori to safely climb. You can see conflict bubble up again at the very end. And I was left feeling like, because of this, Mori could very easily withdraw again and take up an even more deadly climbing challenge without regard to his life. All in all, The Climber honestly made me feel a bit melancholy and empty inside after reading it. It gave me beautiful highs, captured in detailed black and white, but always lurking in the back of my mind was a kind of dejected and hopelessness. Feelings I can only assume Mori is consumed by when he isn't climbing. In this way, I think the volume is a heavy read, somewhat like No Longer Human, although much less depraved, at least this far. But in both, I could really connect and easily feel the twisted pain gripping our protagonists, which does mean the writing is very solid in order to sink me so deep into their psychological state of being. It's also perhaps easier for me to be sucked in and to reach that level of understanding because I've dealt throughout the course of my life with depression and can relate to that suffocating feeling of day-to-day life and the need for something to pull you out of it, to chase, to make you feel alive. And for Mori, that's climbing. It's a simple story construct, but deeply rooted in how human of an experience this is. You don't have to be obsessed with climbing to relate with the characters and story. It's more so depicting that primal urge to connect with the world in some way and discover yourself, who you are, what you care about, what drives you, what makes you you. And I think on some level, these are sentiments I think we can all understand, that we've all felt at least at some point in our lives. So sorry to get a little too deep and introspective there at the end, but I am trying my best to properly convey how this first volume made me feel, the heaviness it left me with. Still, the highs stick out just as much to me, these fleeting, beautiful moments of freedom, of peace, breaking through those oppressive, dark emotions, like the sun breaking through the clouds. Not to get too cheesy there. But yeah, I have all around very high hopes for this series. Sadly, I took too long to read it and am now behind on the releases, so I'll have to play a bit of catch up. But I think I might want to collect the whole series and then slowly read through, marinating in the story as I go. But yeah, those are my thoughts on The Climber, and now I'd love to hear what you felt about it if you've read this first volume as well, and if it connected with you as deeply as it did with me, or feel free to recommend me a manga that you've recently felt really made you get introspective with it and was a bit of a heavy read, but you loved it anyway. And yeah, thanks so much for watching the video. Please give the video a like if you liked it and have watched this far, and don't forget to subscribe before you go so you can always come back for more manga content. Until then, bye!